Namaste. Today's class is a very special class, for me anyway. This class is about moving through grief. So it is good for anyone who has ever dealt with grief, who is currently dealing with grief in any form or fashion. This is special to me because today, the day that this class is coming out on YouTube, is the birthday of someone I love very much who left us last year at the time of filming. And so I thought that it would be the perfect time to share a class to hopefully help move through the process of grief. I thought it would be nice to share that on his birthday, since I'm sure that is going to be a hard day for me and soon after. So this class is a little bit different. It is about moving through that process of grief. That is, there's no right or wrong way. There's no time limit. There's no rule book or guidebook, I suppose. But from the study of yoga and the study of movement, I have learned that energy in the body gets stuck, and you feel pain and sadness in the body. The body is a conduit for the energy. So this class is meant to get us moving a little bit. We will touch on the 5 stages of grief. Obviously, in real time, the 5 stages of grief don't happen in one period, generally. Maybe they do sometimes, but I just want you to know also that if you choose to come to this class and you stay in child's pose for the entirety of it, that is okay. That you can do that if that's what you feel, and then come back to it again and again and slowly begin to move your body and move through this transitional period in your life. And hopefully the moving of the body will free up some of those emotions, and we'll ride that wave when we get to them. So I know it was a little bit of a long intro. Come onto the mat, onto your knees. We will use a bolster later on in the class, so if you have a bolster, get it with you now. If not, you can roll up a couple blankets and use that as well. You can also grab anything that will make you more comfortable. Don't have to be in yoga clothes, just be in anything you want, anytime you want, any place you want. So bring your knees as wide as the mat, toes touching, and then walk your hands forward, bringing your head to the mat, to your hands, to a block or a pillow, to start in child's pose. So while we're here, I'll take a few moments here. Take a full, deep belly breath, inhaling through the nose and feeling your back body as it lifts with the inhale. And exhale slowly through the nose. Inhale, expand the back rib cage, press the back ribs towards the ceiling. And exhale out through the nose. Another deep breath, expanding the rib cage like a balloon. And exhale, notice the pressure of the floor on your third eye, on your forehead. 3 more deep, full breaths like this here. slowing everything down. Last breath. Inhale, expansion. And exhale, release the tension in the body, in the mind. Now inhale, walk your hands halfway back in. And then over to the right, grounding down through the left hip, the left sits bones. And release the forehead back in the direction of the mat. Stretching your arms out to the right. Nice side body stretch. Moving slowly, just being present in this moment, trying to be present. Notice how your body feels. Maybe it's heavy, tight, cold. Just observe that with no judgment. And send perhaps the intention into the body that you will take care of it today. In this time here on the mat, we'll tend to the body. Inhale, walk your hands back in towards the center and then reach over to the left. All the way to the left as far as you can go. Ground down through the right sits bones and release your forehead towards the mat. Again, expanding the rib cage with the breath like a balloon. Imagine your rib cage moving left and right, forward and back. And exhale slowly through the nose. And then walk your hands back into center. And come forward into tabletop. Wrists underneath shoulders. Hips underneath the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, press the heart forward. Lift the chin just a little. And exhale, round through the tailbone. Press through the spine. Shoulders to ceiling. Inhale, open across the heart space, arch the back, and exhale, round through the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale, last time, cow pose. Exhale, cat, press the shoulder blades up to the sky. And then inhale the right arm up, reach, and exhale, thread it through. Come on to your right, back of your right shoulder, back of the head. Just trying to find some gentle movement for the body. Coming back up, tabletop. Inhale, left arm up this time, and exhale, thread it through. Coming back up to tabletop. This time, look over your right shoulder, wag the hips to the right. And then over the left shoulder, wag the hips to the left and to the right and to the left. And if you think that this is an amusing pose, like a dog wagging its tail, it's okay to smile. It's okay to have a moment when you're happy, perhaps. Or at least you're not sad. It's not, I know for me, I used to think that if I had one moment where I wasn't grieving, where I wasn't sad or angry, that it was like a betrayal, and I don't think that that's true. Come back to center and walk your right foot forward. Scooch the left knee back just a little bit. And you can stay here in this lunge, stretching the hip flexors with your hands on the mat. Or come all the way up into low lunge. Take the hands behind you, clasp, and walk your hands down your left leg, open through the heart space. So as I was saying, I don't think it's a betrayal to our loved ones to have that moment of happiness, perhaps, in a time where sometimes it's hard to come by. So take a second, perhaps, to grant yourself permission to be okay for a moment, to be happy for a moment. And come back up, plant the palms, bring the right leg back to meet the left, and then this time take the left leg forward between the hands. You can walk it through, and you can stay down on your spidey fingers if you'd like in this low lunge variation, or come on up into low lunge. Make sure that you are either on a blanket if you're directly on the knee, or just above the knee on the mat, so you're not putting any pressure on the actual kneecap. And stay here, or clasp the hands behind. Walk the hands down the right leg this time, open across the chest. Look up, engage the core. And we're working on opening the heart space, because naturally we tend to protect the heart. We close across the heart space, our shoulders droop, our heads are heavy, we round forward. And we're going to try to combat that a little bit, to get that energy back moving in that space, to create space for new energy to come in. And release. Plant the palms. Step it back to tabletop. And flip the toes under. Lift the hips high. Downward facing dog. You can keep the knees deeply bent. Pedal up the feet. Spread the fingers wide. Keep a long, flat back. And take 5 long, full breaths here in downward facing dog. Now walk your hands back towards the back of the mat. forward fold at the back of the mat. Cross your arms above your head and let the crown of your head be heavy. You can bend the knees deeply, resting your belly on your thighs. And then bend the knees super deeply, tuck the chin, and roll all the way back up to standing. Inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale, hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra at heart center. Take a full breath and release. Close the eyes, and we're going to take a moment here to touch on our first stage of grief that perhaps you've gone through, maybe it hasn't hit you yet, but the first is denial. And like I said, there's no guidebook, there's no right or wrong way or time frame. So all I invite you to do now is just take a second to observe, to notice this place that we're in right now, to notice if there is denial, and if there is, to grant yourself permission to feel that, to go through it. And if there isn't, then that's where you're at today. Wherever you are at today is where you're meant to be. And we're here together in this moment. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out through the mouth. Release. Inhale, rib cage grows wider. Exhale, release through the mouth. Sigh it out. Last time, inhale. And sigh it out. Inhale, swoop the arms towards the sky, take up some space. And exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, walk the hands back forward, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. You can always step it halfway and then take your hand and bring it through. And inhale, right arm up, easy twist. Notice how your body feels. Again, notice if it's heavy or tight, cold, hot, in pain. Maybe you're sore. Maybe you're yearning for expansion. Wherever you are today, just notice it. Try to be okay with it. And inhale, high lunge. Press the left heel away from you. Press down into all four corners of the right foot. We're in a little bit of a strong pose now because we are strong. We are strong. Now we'll touch on the second stage of grief, which is anger. Anger is a tough one. So, yogi's choice here, if you're not feeling the pose that I am recommending, then then you can do something else. But what I'm going to say first is we're going to kick. So you're in high lunge, you'll bend the left knee, you'll come forward and kick the left leg forward. Kick at the anger, at anything you want to envision in front of you, at the injustice, at whatever comes to mind. But you'll just launch forward and kick through the heel and step back, high lunge. It doesn't matter what it looks like, just power up and use the energy. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, let it out. 4, and if you don't want to do this, you can punch a pillow, you can scream, you can do anything that's going to let out that anger. 8, 9, 10. And if you've grabbed that pillow and you're screaming into it, pause the video, do that for as long as you want. Come back and meet me in high lunge when you're done. Hands to prayer. Take a deep breath. Excellent job. Plant the palms. Step it back. Bring the belly to the mat. Squeeze the elbows in. Press through the hands. Cobra. Open the heart. And exhale, release. Forehead to the mat. Inhale once more, Cobra. Press down through the tops of the feet. Exhale, release. Last time, squeeze the elbows in. Lift the heart space forward and up. And exhale, release. Press it back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up this time. Exhale, step it or walk it through. And inhale the left arm up. Easy twist. Notice that maybe one side feels different than the other. And inhale, high lunge. Strong pose for a strong person. And you can stay here, you can grab your pillow, doing it one more time, kicking the right leg forward this time, and stepping it back, high lunge. Release that pent up energy, that pent up anger. Take it out right now. 1, 2, kick with the heel. 3, 4, 5, 6, let it out. 8, 9, and 10. High lunge, hands to prayer. Take a deep breath. And exhale, plant the palms, step it back, plank, bring the belly to the mat. And this time, clasp your hands behind you, lift the heart space, lift the feet. Locust pose for 3 breaths. You might rock a little bit on the breath. Keep them full. Lift the feet high, lift the hands. And release. Bring the forehead to the mat. Look to the right and rest your head on the mat. And switching sides. Rest your head on the mat. And then hand under the shoulders, press it back. Child's pose. Inhale, walk the hands forward, flip the toes under, downward facing dog. Walk the hands to the front of the mat, forward fold. Let the head be heavy. And bend the knees deeply. Inhale, tuck the chin, and roll all the way to standing. From here, take a big step back with the left foot, toes out at an angle, bend the knees, and we'll sink into plie. Now, if you're not feeling the plie right now, you can always come into a wide squat. That's perfectly all right as well. Or you can really stay up standing. Wherever you are at is perfect. It's fine. Listen to your body. Listen to what you need today. So now we're in plie, or we're in any standing position that you feel good in. And we'll work with some energy here. So take your hands. This is the third stage of grief, which is bargaining. So take your hands, and I want you to imagine that there is energy in your hands. It can be a ball of any color you want, a ball of light. And I want you to push that to the right, and then turn your hands in and bring it in towards your body. So your legs will move with you. Push the energy to the right. So you're straightening the left leg, and then turn your palms back in towards your body and bring it back into your heart. So push and pull, push and pull. Just allow your body to move with this. There's no right or wrong way this is supposed to look, but push the energy away and bring it back in. So push that negative energy and bring the good. A fluid motion here, like we're dancing. We're like waves in the ocean. And then switch sides. So push to the left and bring it back in. Push, bring it back in. Move the energy. The energy is stuck in the body. We need to get it moving so we can bring fresh energy in, which maybe is not what you want to hear right now. But I hope that one day it will be the right time for you to hear that. So push and pull, push and pull, and then come back to plie. And with that energy in your hands, reach for the sky, and then imagine showering your body with beautiful golden light. Inhale, reach. And exhale, shower the body with cleansing golden light. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring that light down into the body to clear out the negative, to clear out the darkness. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it in. Excellent. Bring your hands to prayer. One deep, full breath here. And then straighten the legs, bring the toes in, heels out. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the heart to the sky, look up. And exhale, keep a flat back, forward fold. You can always have your hands on blocks. Bring a block under your forehead as well. That's a nice touch. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale. And inhale, keep that flat back and come all the way back up to standing. Feet together. And then however you'd like, you can come to a seat on the mat. If you have a block, you can grab it now. Take your right leg long in front of you, left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh, and then flex the right foot towards the sky and walk your hands forward in the direction of your right foot. Now the block is good if you want to put it on your shin and rest your head, or you can bring it to the mat and rest your head. Wherever you are, this is our moment to turn inward. We're coming back into ourselves here. And here is where we will allow our bodies to be heavy. And this is depression in the stages. And know too that the stages are just a way of organizing something that each and every one of us will go through at some point in our lives. If you don't identify with those stages, then that's perfectly all right. It's just a way of labeling emotions, and they don't always need to be labeled. And walk your hands back in. Switching sides, left leg long this time, right sole of foot to the inside of the left thigh. Flex the left foot, and then walk your hands forward towards the foot rather. And if you're able, you can rest your head on a block. But again, just allow the body to be heavy. Allow the brain, the mind to do what it will. Just do your best to concentrate on the breath. To allow the breath to guide you, to calm you, to ground you. And lock your hands back in. Bring the soles of the feet together this time, a little bit farther from you than you would normally do. So we'll come into Baddha Konasana. Walk your hands forward again, grab that block, and you can rest your head on the block. To let the head be heavy, there's no reason, there's no need at this point to keep your head high. This is our moment to allow the heaviness to set in, to sit with it, lean into it, acknowledge it, so that we can move through it. Walk your hands back in. Move the block to the side and come to lay on your back. You can let your knees fall to the left and to the right. A few windshield wipers. Just opening through the hips, the thighs. Now take your right leg over the left, and if you can, Hook the right foot behind the left calf. Shimmy your hips over to the right and allow the legs to fall to the left. And look over your right shoulder. We'll be here for 8 breaths. And on your 8th breath, you'll come back up to center. Shimmy your hips over to the left. Cross the left leg over the right this time. And then bring everything over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. And 8 long breaths. On your 8th breath, come back up. Roll onto your right side. Press yourself back up to a seat. And if you have that bolster, grab it now. And bring it up to your right hip. So I will face away from you so you can see how this works. So you'll have your legs out to the left. Bring the bolster to your right hip. And then drape your body over the bolster. And then turn your head to the right. So you're in a nice relaxing twist with your head. So your left cheek is on the bolster. And just allow the body to be heavy here. For 8 long breaths. Allow your body to sink into the support of the bolster. And if this is too much on your neck, of course you can always just stay with your right cheek on the bolster. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back in. And we'll switch to the other side. So now bring the bolster to the left hip. My bolster's a little short, so then walk your hands forward, lean your body onto the bolster, right cheek. Down. and relax. On your next inhale, walk your hands back in and come to sit in Sukhasana on the bolster if you'd like, in any pose that is comfortable for you. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Close the eyes. Now we will touch on the last stage, which is acceptance. And I know that that is the hardest stage. So what we'll do here is, rather than speak of that, we will breathe. So take a deep inhale for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll do 10 rounds of breath like this. And if you lose count, that's okay. Just come back to it. We'll sit here in silence as we count the breaths and come back in the end. 10 rounds. And as you're finished with the 10 rounds, you can bow your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath here and exhale side out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Last time. You can blink the eyes open. Slowly bring in the room around you. Release the hands. And I'm grateful that you came to join me on your mat today. I hope that this has brought something of value to your present moment. I am here for you always, and always grateful. From my heart to yours. Namaste.